Guys, hello, it is Wayne from Luna's World. I hope you're well, and we are in DCS World. This is the first time that I have been in DCS World on the channel. I have never flown in DCS World at all, not even off channel, so you are going to see my first reaction to flying in DCS World. Before we do that, I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. I want to show you the system. I want to show you what is going on here, whether I've got things set up correctly or not. But that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. So in terms of the graphic settings, so high civilization traffic, I think that is on low, water medium. Yeah, so I'm going to start with this anyway. I haven't got MSAA on or SSAA, that's all off. I got my filtering on 4 times. I think that's quite conservative. So that'll do for now. Yeah, so that's that. Audio, VR. I am going to crank this to 1.4, and there we go. That's kind of what I'm going to do. So it's going to reset. I'm running this through Oculus Home. Is that the right way to do it? Should I be doing this through Steam? Is it better? Do I get better performance? I don't know. Anyway, let's create a fast mission. We're going to do... We're not going to do a mission. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll do some training. We're going to start because I want to get... I've got the Huey, basically. And by the way, shout out to Nick and a few others who have been on at me for quite some time to check out DCS World. Here I am doing it. Partly because of my recent adventure into helicopters. But... yeah, thanks for the recommendation. I got this for 20 quid, I think it was, which is pretty good. So, yeah, looking forward to checking out how to fly it. And I'm guessing this tutorial is how to start it. Hope so. Let's see what happens. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm kind of excited. Not kind of. I am very excited, in fact. Just going to adjust my headset here. By the way, this is the Oculus Rift S, which is very, very nice. A really nice bump in resolution. I was quite pleasantly surprised, and I really like these controllers as well.
Welcome to the cold start lesson, Cadet. Okay. Today we will practice starting up the Huey and getting her ready for flight. Press the spacebar key when you are ready to begin.
Spacebar. Okay. Can I press a button instead of spacebar on my controllers? Nope. Can I do that? No. Okay. Space bar it is. I've just knocked over a bottle. Damn, that's annoying.
Before we begin, press right control and C to close the cockpit doors.
Surely I can do that in VR. Okay, yeah. Good. It's looking really... Performance is not good. Can you see those stutters there? Yeah, so I'm going to need to tweak this. Why is it not advancing? Do I actually need to... What the hell is that? Is that another helicopter start? Okay. Right, looks like I need to press Control and C, which is quite annoying. Control C.
First, we need to provide electrical power to the aircraft.
Damn,
this can be done with the help of the ground crew, but we'll use onboard power.
Alrighty.
Take a look on the overhead console. On the AC power control panel, set the AC phase voltmeter selector switch to AC, and the inverter switch, labeled INVTR, to off.
I can't actually see AC.
Now on the DC power control panel, set the main generator switch to on and the DC voltmeter selector switch to ESS bus, essential bus.
Why is the... Sorry, I'm kind of getting distracted by the terrible performance that I'm getting. Right, let's try this again. So that on, and I missed what the rest of it was. ESS bus, which is
Next,
there.
set the starter generator switch to start and turn on the battery.
That looks like it. Oh no. Okay, and the battery. Wait, that's...
Don't worry, that's just the low RPM warning blaring, which is normal right now. Press the low RPM audio switch to acknowledge the warning.
Okay.
Let's also test the caution lights panel to make sure all of the lights are operative.
Definitely do that.
Set and hold the test switch in the down position. Make sure all of the caution lights are on.
And they are.
Next, on the engine control panel, set the main fuel switch to on and the governor switch to auto.
Okay.
All other fuel switches should be off.
It's already on auto.
On the miscellaneous control panel, set the hydraulic control switch to on, the force trim switch to on, and make sure the chip detector system is set to both.
That's on.
Before starting the engine, we need to make sure the throttle is set to idle.
Right.
The throttle is located on the grip of the collective control handle next to the pilot's left leg. The throttle is twisted left using the page up key to increase it, and right using the page down key to decrease it. Press and hold the page down key for a few seconds to make sure the throttle twist grip on the collective control handle is set to the idle stop position. Also, make sure the stick and pedals are in the neutral position and the collective is fully lowered. You can check the position of the controls on the controls indicator by pressing right control and enter.
I think that's that, right? The red thing there. Do I need to press that? Control enter to advance it. Control enter. Oh, okay, that turns it on and off. Okay. Cool. Have I done this?
To start the engine, you will need to press and hold the home key on the keyboard to pull the engine start trigger located beneath the switch box of the collective control handle. As the engine spools up, you will need to monitor the engine instruments and the clock.
Okay.
The engine start button needs to be held down until the gas producer speed reaches 40%,
which is here.
or 40 seconds have passed on the clock, whichever comes first.
Okay.
You should also see the rotor begin to turn around 15% of gas producer RPM. If this does not happen, abort the start sequence.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, begin the ignition sequence by pressing and holding the home key on the keyboard to pull the engine start trigger. Don't forget to note the time and watch the gas producer indicator.
All right. I mean, it likes me to use the keyboard, which is kind of counterintuitive because I've got a headset on. So I feel like there should be an update to this tutorial that will allow you to do it in VR. Just my thoughts. Anyway, right. Trying to find the home key, holding it down. Stuff is happening. Okay, is the rotor going to move when we get to 15%, which is about now? Yes, it is. Excellent. Looking good.
The helicopter will toss you around quite a bit as the rotor spins up. Let me know if you need to use the bag.
Wow, it really is moving around, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. Look at these stutters, though. Can you see the sand timer, whatever you call that thing, appearing? It's weird. Okay. Are we good with the startup? I think so. Gas producer is looking all good. I was at a conference today. There was definitely a gas producer there.
Let's set up the avionics. Back on the overhead console, turn on the inverter by setting it to main on.
Oh, okay, main on.
We'll now power up the radio systems.
Okay.
Set the AN APX 72 transponder to standby, STBY, by right-clicking once over the master switch.
Okay, now here's the thing. I'll let you into a secret. This is completely true. I have not flown in DCS World at all. I've tried to do this tutorial, and I could not for the life of me work out how to do a right-click which was really frustrating. And I was trying everything, absolutely everything, and I had to really I had to go and use YouTube. So thankful to YouTube for telling me that you can do a right click by turning your hand this way. Can you see the line there is blue and green? So it's green for left click and blue for right click. So
turn on the AN/ARN82 VHF Navcom radio by right-clicking on the power switch once.
I don't know where the power switch is. Hang on. Where is the power switch? Is it that? No. Oh, I see. Wait. It did say right click, didn't it? Okay, having an issue here.
Turn on the AN/ARC134 VHF com radio by right-clicking on the power switch once.
Okay. It's not working. It's definitely not working now.
Turn on the AN/ARC51BX UHF radio by
Still a
setting the
little bit
function
weird.
switch to TR, transmit receive.
Okay.
Set the interphone selector switch to 3 to set the VHF com radio for transmission. This will allow you to communicate with ATC. To communicate with wingmen, you will usually transmit over the UHF radio, which is position 2 on this switch.
Okay.
Turn on the AN/ARC131 VHF FM radio by setting the mode switch to TR, transmit receive. Turn on the AN/ARN83 ADF receiver by setting the mode switch to ADF. To complete the avionics setup, set the starter generator to standby STB1 on the overhead console.
Alright, overhead. I missed that. What was that? Something to stand by. Starter generator, okay. This one.
Let's now run up the engine to normal power.
Alright.
Press the page up key repeatedly and monitor the engine and rotor RPM indicator as power increases.
Okay.
Continue
Cool.
to slowly add power until the throttle grip on the collective is twisted all
I
the way
didn't
to
really
the
do that
left.
slowly,
Watch
but anyway.
the engine RPM to stabilize at 6600 and rotor RPM on 324.
Okay. Yep, we're all good.
Right-click over the test switch on the master caution panel to reset the master caution light on the front dash. If the engine RPM is off the 6600 mark, you can use the governor RPM switch on the collective, also known as the beep switch, to adjust the RPM as necessary.
Okay.
The helicopter is now ready for takeoff.
Yes.
This concludes the cold start lesson.
Okay, cool.
Well done.
So, this is the furthest I've got, so I can't wait to fly. Do I need my heads up? Pilot sight down? It's not... How do I switch it on? Pilots... I have to do one of those. No? Oh, I want to turn it on so badly. Come on. Oops. Pilot sight switch on. Is that on now? Anyway, that's cool. I don't know what it does, but it's cool. Right. Okay, let's try and fly this thing. Let's just get this thing up in the air. Small movements, remember. I want to just find, before we do take off, I just want to find where the, what I call the bite is on the collective. So the point at which we start to do something. Ooh, it's quite high. Okay, it's there. Right, that's a good way on my physical joystick. On my, well, what is my throttle? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, 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 this feels amazing. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay. This feels incredible. It's blimmin' hard. Which kind of makes me feel that it's good. It's good that it's hard. Alright, let's just see if I can calm down on the controls. Okay, that's better. We've got some kind of hover going on there. Okay, much better. Wow. The flight model is ridiculously good. Okay, I'm going to love this. I know it already. I haven't even done any flying. But let's change that. Let's oops. Let's get a little bit more. Whoa. Oh, this is just superb. This is beautiful. Wow. I tell you, I'm getting a real sense of height in DCS World in a different way than you do in X-Plane. Oh dear. Big stutter there. Yeah, performance is not... It's quite smooth actually, but I'm getting these stutters. So I need to find out why that is somehow. So if you guys have got any tips on performance. But I tell you what, the feeling of flying and the sense of height is incredible. Let's get some altitude. Wow. I'm loving this. This is great. This is really something. Okay, I completely see why you've been on at me to check this out. This is incredible. The sense of height is unbelievable. It's great. Flight model is super difficult, super sensitive. Oops. Am I overspeeding here? I'm not sure. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm definitely impressed. This is cool. Okay, I'm gonna land on that building over there. I'm gonna see if we can land on that. The big flat one, you know, the one that's huge that you can hardly miss. But yeah, okay, performance is really not great, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to dial back settings, which sucks. Because I don't feel like there's that much... Well, maybe there is. There's quite a bit of auto-gen around. But, I mean, I've got a fairly decent system. I've got a 1080 Ti, I've got a 9700K processor overclocked to 5 gig. 16 gig of RAM. I know I probably need to increase the RAM. I might buy some more Trident and put 32 in. Oh shit, what is that? Okay. Sorry, that was an expletive there, I do apologise. Is that an come on. Tree. Are trees solid objects in DCS World? I'm hoping they are. I'm guessing they are. Alright, let's see if I can land this thing on here somehow. Oh, that descent rate is way too much. As is that pitching. Oh my word. Right, we've got no air conditioning units here, so let's aim for something around here. Yeah, this is looking good. It's all happening rather fast. Okay, come on, calm down. Small movements. There we go. That's good. It's not so good. Okay, we're down. Wow, I'm loving this, and I'm gonna. This is gonna really grow on me. I can tell. I'm already impressed. I don't know if you can see the shimmering there of the sharp edges, but the lack of MSAA, whatever it is, I think that's why. So if there's any tips to get rid of that without suffering more stuttering, and that is something I've really got to try and figure out, because that at the moment is spoiling what would be a really, really nice experience. And I can't wait to do some cargo drops and things like that in this. That's going to be awesome. Actually, I'm not sure about the trees. The trees look, actually they look really good close up. Let's have a little look here. They kind of look decent close up, but from a distance they look a bit cartoony. They look a bit, what's the word, clip arty. But anyway, that's the least of my worries. The worry right now is the performance, because it's spoiling what is a superb flight model, which is a real shame. And there's nothing running in the background. I double checked that. Obviously I'm recording, I'm using OBS with the new NVIDIA encoders, so the hit on FPS should be a lot better. But sadly it's not. Maybe my bit rate is too high, I don't know. 40,000 bit rate I'm on, with a maximum of 60,000, which is fairly standard, I think, as far as I know. I can see things loading in, trees mostly. But I'm completely sold on this. I'm gonna be doing videos in DCS World from now on. Not exclusively, of course. X-Plane is absolutely my preferred sim, but you will see videos in DCS World as well. Maybe even in a fighter jet. I don't know. I'm really into this helicopter flying. This is great, and I do realise that the channel of late has been sort of helicopter focused, but that is going to change. I've got a couple of new airplanes that I want to share with you. I've got some scenery, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And I'm also going to do a series on the Twin Otter, some bush flying. So that's going to be, I'll be talking about that a bit later. I'm also going to do a video on the Oculus Rift S. I know there's loads of them out there, but I've been a long time user of the CV1, so if you're wanting to know whether you should upgrade, I'll be putting a video out fairly soon about whether I think you should or not. What is that over there in the distance? I'm not going to fly over there, but anyway. Right, let's see if we can get this thing down on the ground. I think I don't remember where we were parked. Let's go here. Oh, there's a Chinook. quite got the hang of this rapid descent rate yet. That's kind of, I know that's not how things should happen. I'm clearly doing something not right. I think we were here, weren't we? So yeah, if you've got any tips about how I can control that a bit better. But this is a real challenge flying this. It really is. I've noticed that there is Nimbus are going to release a Huey in X-Plane 11, so it would be interesting to compare and contrast between the two. I need to go back a little bit. Oh crap. Right, this is not quite going to plan. Partly because of the stuttering, partly because of my lack of experience with flying in DCS World. Alright, let's get it down. Ooh. Okay, alright, not the best landing, but we're down, and if I can sort out this performance issue, I'm in love, basically. This is superb. So yeah, thank you once again for recommending this. I'm glad I've bitten the bullet and gone and checked it out. I can see myself flying in this quite a bit. Hope you've enjoyed this first video. Please, just to summarize again, if you've got any tips about performance, getting rid of the jagged lines without... I basically want to increase my performance. Right now, I feel like I've got not great visuals. In terms of the anti-aliasing, you can see it over there by those trees shimmering up and down, and the performance is pretty bad. So yeah, I don't know, any hints and tips would be greatly received. Let me just show you, remind you of what we're dealing with in here. Have I got something wrong in here? I probably have. I don't really want to lower these. If I can not get away with lowering those, that would be good. This is the resolution of my monitor, right? So I can probably decrease this. Is that going to affect the output that you see if I fly in VR? That's the big question. This I think is essential, so I can at least read the white text. I can't actually read a lot of the text over here, which is annoying. Oh, my right battery is low. Yeah, that's basically what we're looking at here. So I think it's very, very conservative. I have tried VR here, but it just looks awful. You know, I mean, obviously the performance is better, but it just looks like rubbish. So I don't really want to. There's got to be a happier medium than what I'm getting now. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments any tips and hints. Most gratefully received. See you soon in the next one. Take care.